Welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon. While I stress out about the amount of taxes I just paid to a broken government, Russell Wilson can now buy as much
unlimited diarrhea
as he wants per night. Seattle Seahawks quarterback at Danger Us Wilson, as he's known on Twitter, just became the richest player in NFL history. He announced the deal on Instagram and Twitter late last night with this video.
Hey Seattle, we got a deal.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. But I'm gonna see y'all in the morning.
Good night.
Time for y'all to go to bed.
Finally, we can go to sleep.
See y'all in the morning.
The second half of that video can of course be viewed on Pornhub Premium. No sex is as passionate as we just made over $100 million. Celebration sex. My question is, if you're a man already wearing a necklace to bed, do you really need to become the richest player in football history? If I were Russ, I would have done something like this. We did it. We did it, Broncos country. Contract's done. So blessed. All I could afford is this USB cord necklace with the Broncos ornament on it. I don't even have a bed to sleep in. I've been sleeping on my basement floor. My chest hair's a mess, and there's dead spiders down here. There's dead spiders down here. I'm so thankful for the new contract. So grateful. Get some rest. I'll see you guys tomorrow when I have money to buy a bed. That way, we fans can feel good that someone as destitute as a 1-1 QB in the Super Bowls just got paid out the yin-yang. I'm just happy Russell Wilson is now the highest paid Yankee per season. How much was this deal worth? Is Russ Wilson worth the money? And who will get paid next? That's the words of questions I'm talking about in today's That's Good Sports. If you wear a necklace to bed, I'm saying you're probably already pretty rich. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want, and also I have a new ad for Manscaped. You already know about some Manscaped products like the Lawnmower 2.0 for body hair trimming with skin-safe technology so you don't nick your nuts or nipples. Speaking of which, better, just the way my wife likes it. Or the Crop Mop Ball Wipes. You know what they say, a man with funky testes will live alone without any besties. But Manscaped.com is about providing total body maintenance, keeping your skin and man hair cleansed and trimmed from head to toe. Literally. Now with the Foot Duster Foot Spray. This is my right foot. I call him Righteous, and I spray him once a day. This is my left foot. I call him Daniel Day-Lewis, and I spray him once a day. Not only does the Foot Duster keep your feet from smelling like, well, like disgusting feet, but it reduces bacterial microorganisms on the skin, features pH control, and is composed of all natural ingredients like tea tree oil, which helps repair dry skin. Plus, pro skater Windsor James endorsed it, so I'm assuming it makes you good at skateboarding too. Oh, yes it does. Use my link in the description or my promo code SPORT20 for your 20% discount at manscaped.com. Russell Wilson signed a 4-year, $140 million extension with a $65 million signing bonus. That will keep him in Seattle through the 2023 season, so 5 more years in Seattle. His signing bonus alone just doubled he and Ciara's combined net worth, which is insane. That is make my fucking head explode. I can't imagine how happy I would be if I doubled my net worth from $3,800 to $5,000, if my math is correct. Is Russell Wilson worth the money? Short answer, yes. Longer answer, yes, definitely. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league every year, and he's done it with a shit offensive line over the last 3 to 4 seasons, with the group improving to just slightly worse than average last season. He tossed 35 touchdowns last year, led the league in 2017 with 34 touchdown passes. He's one of the best QBs at avoiding pressure, and he's done it all with Doug Baldwin being his best wide receiver. I'm not sure if there's a quarterback in the league who does more with less than Russell Wilson, which could change once Kyler Murray enters the league. Short joke. Also, anyone who thought he was leaving Seattle lied to themselves over this past week. I'm mainly talking to New York Giants and Denver Broncos fans. Russell Wilson once saw how bleak his future could be on another team. He stared mediocrity right in the eyes. If the Seattle Seahawks had gotten rid of Russell Wilson for anything other than another top 5 quarterback, they would have gone down as one of the dumbest franchises in NFL history. Tyrann Mathieu is not a reliable breaker of football news, and no amount of draft picks are worth a consistent Pro Bowl quarterback, and Peyton Manning was an anomaly. We Broncos fans forget that. The only reason he left Indy is because nobody was sure he could ever throw a fucking football again. Russell Wilson would have had to have suffered an Alex Smith-level gruesome injury for the Seahawks to actually consider getting rid of him. He's the opposite of an injury-prone quarterback. I get it though, NFL news is in a lull until the draft actually starts. God forbid anyone watch my Game of Thrones recap here instead of an even bigger fiction that Wilson might leave Seattle rumor videos. Russell Wilson likes Game of Thrones. I don't know why I like Russell Wilson either. I should hate him, but for whatever reason, I feel like if I hung out with him and had a beer, we would get along.
Unlimited diarrhea.
The opposite of the way I feel about Tom Brady, who to me seems like a stepdad or uncle that you just don't like. Anyway, it's a good time to be an NFL quarterback. On August 29th, less than a year ago, Aaron Rodgers signed his record deal, a monster $57.5 million signing bonus in 4 years at $134 million. Aaron Rodgers has already made $204 million in the NFL and should finish topping the $300 million total. If Russell Wilson stays healthy, which at 112 consecutive starts in the NFL suggests he will, he could finish his career with more money than Aaron Rodgers when he signs his next extension in 2023 or 2024. And even injury didn't stop Aaron Rodgers from breaking the bank. Who do you think had the better I just went from super rich to ultra rich after inking their new deal uniform? Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers? Canadian tux or I'm about to fuck the world? Every year, these deals get bigger and bigger as the salary cap in the NFL rises. Next in line to break the bank is Dak Prescott of the Cowboys. He should honestly hold out right now. He's slated to make just $744,550 this season. He doesn't deserve to make more than Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers, but he could because NFL players and agents want the market to continue to rise. And he plays for the Cowboys, the richest team in the league. Jerry Jones spent more on a yacht last year than Russell Wilson's entire contract will pay him. In fact, if you ever bitch about a quarterback getting paid, remember this. Jerry Jones spent $250 million to build a 357-foot yacht. Redskin Potatoes owner Dan Snyder spent $100 million for a 305-foot yacht, and Falcons owner Arthur Blank spent $180 million for a 240-foot yacht. And sadly, all of their penises are still much shorter than a half of a foot. Also, Mark Davis, the poorest owner in the NFL, recently splurged and spent nearly over $1,000 with shipping costs on this luxury Walker Bay sailing dinghy. Bottom line, NFL team owners will spend more on a boat than people. In 2021, Carson Wentz, Jared Goff, and Cam Newton will all be up for new deals, and it's a little crazy to me that the guy who might have earned the biggest payday of that group is now Jared Goff, but the money year is 2022. Andrew Luck, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, and Mitch Trubisky. If you're the Texans, Chiefs, or Bears, you should get a deal done with your quarterback now or within a year. The last thing you want to be is a team trying to pay a quarterback whose value will be escalated by Andrew Luck. Mahomes may be the only quarterback there who will actually be better than Luck in 2022. Unless he takes the Tom Brady approach, Luck will become the richest quarterback in that contract year. If you sign Mahomes, Watson, or Trubisky now, their deals will look pretty good in 2022, but then you lose that sweet fifth-year option for first-round draft picks where you get to fuck over your overperforming quarterback and shaft him out of a yacht ton of money. Their contract situations become even more interesting when you consider the NFL collective bargaining agreement comes to an end after the 2020 season. As an NFL GM, you have to decide if a new contract before or after the agreement is best for your team. One thing I noticed was bullshit was this headline by the New York Post that was titled, "Ciara just happy the contract saga is over." At first, my brain was like, oh God, please. How hard it must have been waiting a full week as this thing picked up steam to discover if your husband was going to be the richest player in NFL history or if he was going to be the richest player in NFL history for the Giants in New York City, or if he would just make a peasant's wage of $17 million and play out his final year in Seattle. Poor Wilsons. But my bullshit detector was flaring up. As I get older, it gets harder to decipher if it's my bullshit detector or just hemorrhoids. That's right, you may sniff out bullshit with your brain, but you detect it with the body's expert shit detector, the sphincter. So I clicked on the article, and indeed, I was right. That headline, "Ciara just happy contract saga is over," not a quote from her. Not a single mention of Ciara or Russell Wilson being grateful this whole thing is over. Just the fact that they were grateful for the new deal. This is the entire article with absolutely no reference to support the headline. And that's how news is written in 2019. When you're already worth $65 million, contract extensions like these are not sagas. Wilson got as much money as he wanted because he had all of the leverage. He's at that level of quarterback where if the Seahawks didn't give him the money he wanted, somebody else would. Basically the opposite of the position all of us are in. The point, if you're a fan of a team who is giving a quarterback a new contract worth over $100 million, you probably have a lot to be excited for. Unless you're the Detroit Lions, Oakland Raiders, or probably San Francisco 49ers. The rest of the $100 million quarterbacks are pretty damn good consistently. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I did do a Game of Thrones recap. Please check that out. Or if you're a Game of Thrones fan, post it somewhere in the blogs, the Reddits, wherever, so somebody will freaking watch it. And feel free to reach out to agents to represent me so I can get 1/100th of that Russell Wilson money.